All right, we got UFC Fight Night, Royval versus Taira this weekend, and yeah, we got to do some predictions, break the whole card down, fight by fight. And I can't believe we're living in this reality, guys. We're actually getting consistent, good fight nights back to back to back to back. It's crazy. We had the Brady versus Burns, and Moicano versus Saint Denis. Now this, it's actually looking better. I can't believe it because after the fucking Lemos main event and the Taira Perez fight night, dude, those were just so fucking terrible. Thank God we're actually getting good stacked fight nights because the real fans care about them a lot. We don't. It's just not the pay-per-views. That's once a month. Like, we need good fight nights to keep us fed. We need to eat well during the whole month. Okay. All right. Let's just start. First fight of the night. We got Clayton Carpenter taking on Lucas Rocha, and this is a pretty easy one. I think I'm gonna go with Clayton Carpenter for sure. I don't think either of these guys are that good. Clayton Carpenter's all right, but isn't it Rocha's debut? Yeah, it is. It's his debut in the UFC. Usually they lose their debut. Definitely more often than not, they lose it rather than win it. Yeah, it's a lot of pressure, and I'm just not impressed with this guy. He's a terrible grappler. He's getting controlled and dominated the whole fight, just taken down, controlled, can't get up the whole round against this low level of competition outside the UFC. It's just not the best look. And I know it's flyweight, but this guy's also 5'3", guys. He's small as fuck. He's not buff. He's skinny and short. So I think he's going to really get outstrengthed, outsized easily by Clayton Carpenter. Clayton Carpenter's fucking jacked. You see how thick his back is? He's huge. So I think this is going to be easy, either sub or knockout. I think Clayton does whatever he wants to him. Not that he's that good, but Clayton has had pretty good level of competition. He fought Chirez in the Contender Series to get into the UFC, and then I think he got a sub in his debut against someone. I forget who it was. And he looks pretty impressive. A pretty impressive grappler. Not the best striker, but yeah, I'm definitely going to go him. A little more experience, and yeah, I'm not impressed with Lucas. I think he's going to lose and probably lose again and just get cut. I don't think this guy's going to go anywhere in the UFC. Then we got Dan Argueta taking on Cody Haddon. This was actually a pretty hard one for me. I went back and forth on it a lot. And two of Dan's fights were overturned for some reason. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know. But yeah, he looks really good in a lot of his fights up until the point where he just kind of folds and gets finished. It's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, he's a good grappler. I mean, pretty terrible striker. He kind of just runs in and throws big meaty hooks at you. Doesn't really have much more than that. His kicks are pretty decent, I guess, but all he really has is his grappling, and in his last match he got subbed, so it's not the best look. He has one win and like 4 losses in the UFC. He's probably going to get cut if he loses this, so maybe that will change something. Maybe he'll fight harder. I don't fucking know. But Cody Haddon looks pretty damn good, guys. He looked pretty good in the Contender Series with that finish. I forget who. I don't know. But I watched a lot of his fights before the UFC as well. And yeah, this guy looks good. Really fast striking, really unique and creative striking. He's switching it up. He's going to the body, to the face. He's not just sticking to one point. He's pretty skinny, and I don't think his grappling is the best, but I think he'll be able to defend the takedowns from Dan. He's not that good of a grappler. So I'm going to go Cody Haddon on this, but it's definitely a risky one. I think Dan could definitely get the upset. Then we have the return, finally. I put this in my fucking UFC tier list of fighters that need to return and lock in. I don't know what it was called. But Chris Barnett is finally back, and he's here to take on one of the Tafa Bros. Which one is it? I don't care. In my opinion, the Tafa Bros fucking suck. Does anyone else feel that way? These guys are bums, bro. They suck. They don't beat anybody. Like, they're just fat nobodies who got in the UFC because they're twins, I bet. But yeah, I think Chris... Damn it. For some reason, Chris Barnett is a fucking plus 300, okay? That's disrespectful as fuck. The Tafa Bros suck ass. I don't know why I keep saying both of them. He's taking on Junior Tafa. And yeah, I don't think the Tafa Bros are that good. They just hit pretty hard, and they use their obese size to press people into the ground and try to crush them to death. I don't know. I'm picking Chris Barnett. I don't care. It's for the meme because he's probably going to lose. He's really inactive. He's probably going to get injured mid-fight because he's just dealing with injury after injury after injury. I assume that's what produced this long layoff, which is just terrible because the heavyweight division, we need people like this. We need fun, athletic, wild, like good personality guys. We need that so bad, man. But I'm picking him. I don't care. I think he's going to get this done by head kick KO. Nah, I don't know. I don't know how Chris Barnett gets this done, guys, but I'm picking him, so I don't care. It's for them. I got to have at least one meme pick, right? Next, we got Themba Gorimbo taking on Nico Price. And honestly, I don't really know a lot about Nico Price. I watched a little bit about him. I've watched him fight. I just don't really remember a lot of it, and I don't really remember his strong points. But yeah, I'm going to go Themba Gorimbo, the fucking Make-A-Wish guy who The Rock gave a house. I'm just kidding. That was a cool move by The Rock. He gave him a whole house when he was about to be homeless and he was broke. Good for him, taking advantage of the opportunity. But I think he's going to win. I think his last performance was fucking terrible. That was one of the worst fights I've ever watched in my life. You guys remember that? I don't know who it was against, but fuck that guy, because all they did was clinch. It was literally 15 minutes of clinching. They were just out seeing who could out-clinch each other. It was terrible. There was no strikes thrown. It was so bad. But yeah, I think that was just... Yeah, he had that really bad moment on the mic afterwards, too, because his training partner's mom or dad died, and he kept them away from seeing them before they died, something like that. It was weird. He got really mad at himself on the mic and just started raging. So maybe that had to do with his bad performance that night. But I think he's going to win. I think he's good. He has a few impressive wins in the UFC already. Has some confidence. He's really fast, really long limbs, pretty tall for the division. I think he's going to get this done. Nico Price is pretty good, but, I mean, I just don't see him out-striking Gorimbo. He's really dangerous and fast. And unless Nico's a really good grappler and I just don't realize it, I do it a lot, I feel like. I just overlook the grappling a lot. But, yeah, he could get controlled for 3 rounds. That could happen. Maybe it'll be another clinch fest. Who knows? But, yeah, I'm going to go Gorimbo. Yeah, he's pretty good. Let's see if he can make it farther in the UFC with all that hype from The Rock. Then we have Jonathan Pierce taking on Pat Sabatini. Another really good fight. A lot of these are really fucking good fights. I'm excited for a lot of them. This was another one that was hard to pick as well. I went back and forth on it a good amount, but I went with Jonathan Pierce in the end. I think he's better. I think he's better everywhere, actually, now that I realize. Really good kicks, really good gas tank, and he's really experienced in the UFC, too. He's a lot of good wins, a lot of good levels of competition, and I know that it's not that bad of a loss because it's Diego Lopez, but Pat Sabatini, dude, getting knocked out by Diego Lopez like that, he looked so bad in that knockout exchange, which is so disappointing because he literally rocked Diego Lopez in like the first minute. He was doing good on the feet. He was like clinching and going for a takedown. I mean, he was, I don't know, what am I even saying? He was just doing MMA. He was doing good. He was doing good. And Jonathan Pierce was basically on like a 7-fight win streak. He had 1 loss in his second fight in the UFC, or maybe it was his first, I don't know, but he had a really good win streak going, and now he's on a 2-fight loss streak, but I don't think it's as bad as it looks. He got subbed by Brito, who he was beating. He was out-grappling him basically the whole fight. He was going to out-gas tank him if it went to the decision. He was going to win, but then Brito just got an insane-ass ninja choke out of nowhere. So clutch. I don't know how he got that shit, but it saved him in that performance. He definitely deserved to win that. That finish was insane. But, Jonathan, and then in his next fight against David Omnima, I forget his last name, I think he could have won that. It went to decision. It's all in the last round. I think it was 1-1 going into the third. Yeah, a really close fight against a really good guy. So I don't think those 2 losses should really mean much. I mean, unless it affects his confidence. I think he's going to go into this and get it done probably by really dominant decision, or he'll probably sub him. He'll probably sub Pat Sabatini in like the second. This guy's really high pace. He has such a good gas tank that as soon as the fight starts, he's doing everything he can to finish the fight. He's really fun to watch. I like Pierce a lot. And Pat Sabatini hasn't fought since that Diego Lopez KO. That was pretty damn brutal. Not the best look. I mean, it's Diego Lopez, but he got knocked out bad there, like bad. And he took some bad ground and pound as well. The ref should have just stopped it after he got rocked and fell. But you can't do that, I guess, because then you get a bad stoppage. But I think that this big layoff, he hasn't fought since November of 23, it's going to hurt him. I don't think it's going to be good. I mean, he definitely needed to take some time off because he got brutally KO'd, but I think he's going to come back, be a little rusty. He's not going to have a good enough gas tank to hang with Pierce. And yeah, I'm going to pick Pierce. I think he'll get it done. Then we got CJ Vieira taking on Ramazambek Tamurov. I don't know. These names, bro. What the fuck? Ramazambek Tamurov. There you go. Yeah, I think Tamurov's going to get this done by knockout. This guy is fucking the real deal, I think. Unless he sucks at grappling, which I don't think he does. I think he's been able to... He hasn't got out grappled really by anybody that I've seen outside the UFC, so... This guy's power in his hands is so crazy for the division. He's going to knock the fuck out of CJ, I guarantee it. And I really think this because if you've watched CJ fight at all, this dude don't keep his hands up. He fights with him at his waist the whole fight. He's an idiot. He's going to get knocked out because of it, I guarantee it. I hope I'm right because I'm really talking really short here, but yeah, I think he's really good. I mean... It's his debut in the UFC, so you never fucking know, but I think he's really good, and I'm going to pick him. He doesn't just have power either. He's a really good striker. I mean, he kind of gets wild at times and will overswing a lot, I've seen, but I think that won't matter in this matchup because he's not going to get knocked out, I don't think. His chin has proven to be good, I think, in a lot of matchups I've seen. Then starting the main card off, we got Abdul Razak Alasan taking on Josh Frem. And this is another one. These are good matchups where they actually have you going back and forth on picks. At least me. I think a lot of these are hard to pick. I hope I get them right, but I'm going to go Josh Frem. Yeah, I think he's the underdog. I think that he's just a bad style matchup for Abdul. And I know that Josh Frem has not had the best UFC career so far. He only has 2 wins. He's like 2-6, I think, or whatever. Maybe 2-5. But it's not that bad. His level of competition is insane. He's fighting Anthony Hernandez in his debut, Roman Kopylov, I think another big name I'm forgetting. But, dude, this guy has had such an unfortunate, hand dealt. I know everyone in the UFC, well, not everyone, but basically everyone is a killer. I get it. But no, these are crazy names, bro. He's being dealt shit hands. It's not his fault. He's very good. He has really good kicks. Josh's kicks are insane. And if you actually watch Abdul tape, a lot of it, this dude does not deal with kicks. He just takes them. He doesn't check them. He doesn't back up. He just keeps walking forward, looking at you menacingly, hoping to get that big KO shot. And look at this. Listen to this, guys. Abdul has lost every single fight he hasn't got the knockout in. He's never gone to a decision by winning. That could be a good thing, but no, I don't think it's a good thing. All his wins are KOs. He can't win a decision. If he can't land a big knockout power shot on you, you will beat him. And I don't think Josh has been knocked out that much. I mean, he's been knocked out, I think, but not that much. So he usually hangs out and out of the void. He doesn't rush into the void. He stays at range. Uses his long limbs, those good-ass front kicks, those good calf kicks, and I think he's going to be a really bad matchup for Abdul. I think Josh is a pretty big underdog here, but I'm going to go with him. I think he'll either get a sub or just a decent decision. It probably won't be the best fight because I think it'll be a lot of just Josh Frem backing up and Abdul throwing huge power shots and missing because he's a shit striker. I think that's how it'll go. Next, we got Daniel Rodriguez taking on Alex Morono. And again, another one I went back and forth on a decent amount. Usually the picks, I'll read the names, I'll go look at the tape, and then it won't really take me long once I've watched the tape. But no, I had to come back to these after watching the tape and being like, I don't know, I'm going to come back to this. But I'm going to go Alex Morono, another underdog. I know, guys, but hear me out. I think D-Rod is done. I do. I think he's on a 3 or 4 loss streak. He's fat. He's undisciplined. He looks slow as fuck and terrible in that Gastelum fight. Didn't look powerful, to be honest. I mean, he's always going to have that power, but he just doesn't seem disciplined like a lot of these fat fucks. They're not disciplined. If you're fat, you're not really disciplined in life. How can you expect to be disciplined in fighting? But that's another topic, all right? I think Alex Morono is pretty good. He's stupid. He always folds in his fights and is winning them and then loses somehow. Flukily, it seems. But I think he's going to win. I think he's going to decision Rodriguez pretty easily. I think he's going to use those really good calf kicks, those really good body shots. And yeah, that big-ass belly is going to be a big target. Alex Morono is so fucking active, too. He's only been here since 2017, I think. And he has like 20 fights in the UFC. He's fought legend after legend. Yeah, I think he's really experienced. I mean, obviously D-Rod is too, but I just think D-Rod's kind of done. And that's a big, strong point in this pick. I think D-Rod's just done. I think he's not really going to win much unless it's really low-level competition. I just did not like the look of him in that Gastelum fight, guys. He's still powerful. He's still D-Rod, but yeah, I'm going to go Alex Morono. I think he's pretty underrated, and he's pretty good. I think I'll get this done. Then we got Grant Dawson versus Rafa Garcia. I'm going to go Grant Dawson. I was thinking about, I didn't really think on this too much because I just realized that Rafa Garcia is terrible. And I don't think Grant Dawson's that good either, guys. I'm going to be real. I remember watching him on the 302 card. Wasn't that his last fight? Not that active, huh? Yeah, he just didn't really look that good. Really boring fight. All he was able to do was control his opponent. He wasn't really able to do much damage. But obviously his takedowns are very impressive. He's able to take basically everyone down that he fights. And he's a really good, strong guy, big guy for the division. Yeah, I think he's going to get this done. His hype train got ended by fucking Bobby Green. That was such a weird knockout. I don't know how that happened. Maybe he's really chinny. I don't think he is, though. He took a decent amount of damage in that 302 fight. I forget who. Oh, yeah, it was against Nico Price, who's on this card as well. But I don't think Nico Price is that good. Again, that's why I didn't pick him. Then we got Chidi Nwakwani taking on Gooden. I forgot his first name. I don't care. Gooden's fucking terrible. They're honestly both terrible. But I think Gooden is worse. So I'm going to go Chidi. I've never seen a slower fighter than Jared Gooden. This dude is so slow. He's pretty powerful, but he's a bad striker. He gets hit so much in the feet by everybody he fights. He gets rocked left and right. He's not a good grappler. He has a sub, but it was one of those. I think his most recent fight he had a sub against someone decent, but it was one of those subs where you can't get the fucking. You knock them out, basically, but you can't get the finish. You can't get the ref to step in, so you just go for the sub. And, yeah, his squeeze looks terrible. He just looks slow and weak, honestly. And Chidi's dumb. He's terrible, too. His grappling is so bad. It's terrible. But I think Gooden's is terrible, too. Just because you have a sub, it doesn't make your grappling good. It's really weak. His takedowns suck. He doesn't even really go for them. A lot of his takedowns are just trips. So I'm going to go Chidi. He has really good front kicks. He's really fast, really big and long, but that sounded wild. But I just think, I don't care. These guys both suck. This is I don't know why this is on the main card. I think these guys suck. But yeah, I'm going to go Chidi. Then we got Juliana Pastroni, I don't even know, versus Corey McKenna. And I'm going to go Corey McKenna because her record looks better. Dude, what do I do with women who don't have lots of fights in the UFC? First of all, you got, this is a little rant. UFC Pass is a fucking scam, by the way, guys. Why half the fights I can't even watch back? I get it, a few, maybe because something was said in the post-fight interview or something, so they can't let people rewatch the stuff. I don't know. But why is there a little thing that pops up and says, this fight's not available for 50% of the fights? Why am I paying for UFC Fight Pass? Why? I'm about to cancel it. This is bullshit. I got to pay for ESPN Plus every, month, and I got to pay for this. Bullshit. MMA fans have it rough. It's not a fun time. But back to Corey McKenna. I think she's going to win. I think she has more finish potential. Not that it'll most likely end in a finish, but I think she looks all right. I watched, one fight per girl. they don't look that good. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to go Corey McKenna. I don't care. Then we have Brad Tavares taking on Park Jun-young. And I'm going to go with another underdog. No. Okay, this is why I'm saying that. I thought Park would be the underdog. When I broke the fight down and looked at both guys and looked at their records, I thought that Park would be the underdog. But he's the favorite. I think he is. I think he's the favorite. That's crazy. When did Brad Tavares fall off? I thought he was supposed to be really good, but yeah, I'm going to go Park. I think he's a little underrated. I think he's a little dark horse of the division. I don't know about that, but the Iron Turtle is good, okay? That's a badass nickname, too. And I think he's really tough. He's hard to knock out. His grappling's really good. He's a really good just technique, and he's strong. He's a little chubby, but that's just his body type, I feel like. He can't help it. He looks like a sumo wrestler, honestly. All right, that was definitely somewhat racist, but I think he's going to win. I think he'll either do it by pretty dominant decision or sub. I don't know. Brad Tavares is good, but I just think he's a little overrated. I know he had a really good fight with Dricus du Plessis, who I glaze the fuck out of sometimes, but I don't know. I just think his most recent, that was a while ago, I think his most recent performances shine a different light. I don't know. I think he's on like a win-loss win in his last 3. So, I don't know, man. Or maybe the opposite of that. Loss, win, loss. I just think he's a little worse. I think he's a better striker, like more powerful, but overall, I think Park is just better IQ, better grappler, and yeah, I think I'll get this one done. It's a bit of a risky one. I went back and forth on this one a lot. I'm excited for this fight, but I'm going to go Park. Then we have the main event. What a main event. This is so fucking good. This could be the co-main of a pay-per-view, or maybe the featured bout. This is such a good fight. And yeah, it's the number 1 contender bout. It makes sense. Whoever gets this is the next title shot. So I'm going to go Tatsuro Taira. And I think he's going to make this shit look easy. Like, are we really going to sit here and say Royval's going to knock out somebody? This dude has the most pillowest hands of all time. The only dangerous part of his striking game is his wild spinning elbows that, if you just be careful, none of those are going to land. You don't have to really be careful, or you don't have to worry about them that much actually KOing you, because they're just not going to land. And he doesn't really do as much wild shit as he used to, I feel like. I think Tatsuro Taira is going to sub him. Maybe not sub him. I don't know how many times Royval's been subbed. I don't know if his submission defense is really good, but I know he's not that good of a grappler. I know he got controlled and dominated by Pantoja like it was nothing. It was really bad luck. And I think Tatsuro Taira is the future. I hope he is, because we need a Japan star, bro. We need a Japan champ so bad. It's the only way we're going to Asia, honestly. Only chance we'll have. And yeah, I think we either have a pretty boring 5-round decision bout where Tatsuro Taira struggles to sub him, or he subs him in the first 2 rounds, I think. Tatsuro Taira, he's a good striker, too. I mean, he's not a striker, so he doesn't really need to worry about that as much. He's such a good grappler. He does not need to worry about getting subbed in any matchup. He's so comfortable on the ground, on his back, on top. It doesn't matter. I think this guy's going to be champ. Maybe not. Maybe he gets knocked out by fucking Kai Kara France. I don't know. But we'll see. I don't even know. Because, yeah, low-key Kai Kara France could be next for the title shot. But this is meant to be a number 1 contenders bout. Maybe they'll make these guys fight again. Maybe the winner of this has to fight Kai Kara France. I don't know. But yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. Really good fucking card. I'm excited. I don't know what time it is. I assume it's like a normal timed card. I hope it is, because those are the best. Dude, can y'all believe they're giving us fucking Max Ilya during the day, Abu Dhabi? Bullshit. All right, I know that's me as an American crying, and we're spoiled. We get the best times usually. But fuck that, man. I don't want to watch that fight during the day. It's going to feel so lame. I like the whole up at 1:30. No one else is awake. Only the real fans are up watching this late main event. I like that feeling, and I like the dark, so I like it being dark out as well. But yeah, I'll stop crying about that. I'll see you guys in the next one.